Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special playoff edition of high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall joining you live from the press box here at Frost Cal Stadium, the site of tonight's round one OHSAA playoff matchup between the number 2 seed Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the number 15 seed the Rocky River Pirates. I'm Nate Mullins, joined alongside by my co-hosts Tommy Hall. We've got Eric Hall down on the sidelines. We've got Bailey Mullins running the cameras. We've got a pretty packed house here today for this playoff game. Tommy, what a blockbuster we got in store for him tonight.
Absolutely. The air is palpable. Cold November breeze starting to move in. And, again, the stage is set as Rocky River, whistling stranger in paradise in this situation, coming in off the road in a unfamiliar territory. I believe this is their first playoff appearance. And, man, you couldn't witness a bigger stage for this young squad than to come into the lights under Frost County. I mean, we're spoiled here with the coverage that we get to have here in Northwest Ohio, as this holy ground has played host to a plethora of huge playoff matchups right here in Northwest Ohio. And we're bringing you another one right here on Heart of Ohio Sports on the Adrenaline Stream. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call, and man, he couldn't be more excited than to be right here in Week 11. And if you can't be here live, we're glad you're joining us, folks, right here on the Adrenaline Stream.
That's right, Tommy. Once again, if you're tuned in here and you're wondering, hey, I'm trying to find the Calvert game, where's that at? Well, hey, go to YouTube, search Heart of Ohio Sports Xstream. That's Xstream on YouTube.
X going to give it to you.
And that's right. We're going to give it to you. That is Dominic Helmstetter, Zach Dillon, and Connor Roush on the call for that one. They are over there in Lima, so make sure you tune in. If you're looking for that game, you can find it on YouTube. That's right. Search Heart of Ohio Sports Xstream on YouTube. As for us tonight, we got the number 2 seed Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes as they host the 15 seed Rocky River Pirates. And Tommy, I'm sure you've got the keys to the game. Of course, those are always brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall. Tommy, let's talk about these keys to the game because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, the 8-2 Tornadoes playing host here tonight at Frost County Stadium. As we talked about, a rough SBC road schedule, was able to win against Clyde Bellevue, and then her lone loss came to that Perkins Pirates team back in Week 9, but then came around the corner, really cleaned things up in Week 10 after a 41-0 thumping of the Norwalk Truckers last week at home to get things back on track. And I'm telling you, this Tornado team is clicking on all cylinders. So again, when you're playing host and you're kind of you're the favorite in the region, the way that you establish dominance is you get out early. You establish this high-powered offense, get out to a quick start, and you let that big, powerful defense that you got in the, guys like Connor Mooser and Decker DeVore, you pin those guys' ears back and you let the big boys go to work as, again, Tiffin Columbian coming out of the tunnel, getting ready to take the field and get to work. And that's what you got to do, Nate, is get to work, take care of business right here at home in Week 11.
There's your keys to the game, brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall. Give them a call, 419-443-9898. Call in your to-go order now. Stop out, pick it up real quick, swing back home before the game. You can always get those awesome tacos, the nachos, the queso. You can get it all to go. Ask about that taco platter pack that they've got. I mean, it is it's something truly to behold. Once again, thanks to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, our keys to the game sponsor, and of course, one of our presenting sponsors here today on Heart of Ohio Sports. Now, Tommy, of course, our pregame show always brought to you by Rodgers Flowers. We want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports for bringing you this special playoff edition of high school football right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State. I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Clouse Electric, Rodgers Flowers, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Phillips Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Co, UIS Insurance and Investments, Feasel's Frame and Collision, and Benchwarmers. Those are your fine community-minded sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And I also want to give a huge shout out to our patron here tonight, Dr. Joel Consolo. Thanks for your help in bringing today's broadcast to all of these Columbian fans today. Once again, most of those sponsors are sponsored on both broadcasts. So we want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to all of our sponsors, including our presenting sponsors, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, which you will see as our scoreboard sponsor here tonight. But Tommy, we're just about ready to get going here. Let's check with Eric Hall on the sidelines for our Phillips Electric weather report. Eric, it looks like it's a little chilly down there, man. Let's check in with you. What's going on, man? What's going on down there on the sideline?
Well, it was a beautiful day today, but as we get closer to kickoff, that temperature is starting to drop a little bit. We got a 53 degrees at kickoff, but that's not stopping these folks out here. We're ready for some playoff football down here, guys.
That's right. So once again, that is your weather report brought to you by Phillips Electric. I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Phillips for all of their contributions here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And kick is
Some issues
underway.
with our sideline.
Columbia won the toss. They elected to defer. So again, they kicked off here to Rocky River to start this contest.
Kickoff returned by number 3, Mac Massad. Push out of bounds number 10, Xavier.
And Tommy, if you don't mind taking over, I'm going to fix this, what we got going on here.
Pirates take over first down and 10 from the.
So the Pirates going to take over here as Nate turns this camera situation on. Rocky River Pirates going to come out in the gun here to start this contest. Quarterback has one on his hip. And it's a keeper to start this one off. Go left. Really been the heartbeat of this Perkins squad that started this season off, you know, pardon the pun, with a rocky start. Coming in, lost their first 3 games of the season, went 4-1 in a 5-week stretch, then lost their last 2 games of the season. So we got a 4-6 squad coming into tonight. Rocky River back in the gun. Patty calls man in motion. And it's a hand up to the up man. And it's going to be met right at the line by number 72. That's Carter Groves. Huge senior, tremendous year by Carter Groves. As Columbian brings 4 hands down to start this defensive series. And that dreaded bell that you hear right now here at Frost Countown Stadium means that it's 3rd and 9 as the Pirates have the ball at the 26. Patty in the gun. He's going to roll out here, looking for a boot, and he keeps it, and he's going to be cut down. Going to get about 5 on the play, but not enough.
Play by number 5, Jack Newell.
That's going to bring up 4th down and the punt unit.
Gain of 4 yards.
Apologize, folks. We're trying to work through this situation best we can here.
The quick 3 and out for the Pirates brings out the punt unit. They'll punt from the 30 with 9:54 remaining here in the first stanza of action from Frost Countown Stadium.
Oh, there we go. Finally, there we go. Jeez. All right. Well,
An impressive first defensive series by the Tornadoes as that punt goes out of bounds. Right around the 31, 30-yard line as the Tornadoes get ready to take over here.
All right. So I'm going to try to adjust this scoreboard as we go here. But, Tommy, that was a quick 3 and out there for Tiffin Columbian now. Sorry, for Rocky River. Tornadoes will take over. Quick turn 3 and out for that Columbian defense is what I meant to say.
Yeah, this high-caliber offense led by Braden Rogo, completing 143 of 226 passes for 1,810 yards and 21 tutties, as the ref's going to get a stop and play here. And far side of the formation, this might be an equipment issue. I don't think he's allowed to have the pink towel.
It's October. Let him have the pink towel. What's the matter?
And Rogo to begin this one pass out to Corper, a little underthrown, having to lead the receiver as Corper just came straight over the middle there. Brings up 2nd and 10.
It's always great when somebody moves your scoreboard camera, you know?
And Corper, you know, after that missed opportunity, he usually paces these Tornadoes with 53 catches on the season for 657 yards. As Rogo in the gun calls Corper into motion, sends him as a blocker, and Brockington right up the middle. And just carves up the Pirates defense. And some of those Pirates, I think Nate might have the Pirates dream after running into Brockington. You know what that is?
What's that?
A sunken chest. Rogo, quick pitch out to his brother, Braden. Oh, Bryce Rogo. The Tornadoes will move the chains and convert once again. And this offense, quick as a hiccup, I tell you. Quick out to Corper. Receiver screen, makes the defender miss, finds the edge, follows his block. Corper may find Peter, and he's knocked out right around the 2-yard line.
What a play there. Let's check a look at that one once again. As we check our replay cam, and it is not going to let us do that. So, we're getting this worked out here. It's always hard when you don't have the wizard, you know? Greggy makes everything go great.
Well, from the 3-yard line, Rogo in the gun, gonna keep it, and he's just gonna waltz right in for the first touchdown of the evening, and Tornadoes draw first blood here at Frost Countyhouse Stadium as Rogo once again.
I was trying.
What happened?
Greggy took over. He's back at the studio. Thankfully, he saw what was going on, and he's like, hey, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Well, the Tornadoes will kick the extra point, and it is good.
So there you have it. Tornadoes on the board first, 7-0, with 8:51 left to play here in the first quarter. A little bit of a rocky start for us, but hey, those Columbian Tornadoes, they picked up right where they left off. They put up 41 points last week against a stout Norwalk defense that had only allowed, I believe, 40 in the previous 2 games. So,
yeah, the coach Judd Lutz really has this squad clicking on all cylinders, like we talked about at the top of the pregame. And I've really loved seeing Coach Judd Lutz take over this culture, take over this team, as this is the 5th straight playoff appearance for the Tornadoes. You know, Coach Lutz, they only missed the playoffs in his first year of coaching.
That's right. I thought it was his first 2 years, was it not?
Yeah. After missing the playoff in Coach Lutz's first season, this year marks the 5th straight appearance for the Tornadoes.
Sam Zimmerman on to kick off. Gets this one away. It's fielded at the 22-yard line. Return man brings it up to the 30, cuts it around, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's still going forward up to the 34-yard line. Mac Masad on the return, senior.
Tackle on the play by number 17, Johnny Raymeyer.
That's why it pays to have a wizard on your staff. Give a huge shout out and a thank you to Greg Kinn back at our Heart of Ohio Sports studios, as he is now currently fixing our scoreboard cam. That will be updated here pretty soon. You'll just see all of it just go bloop, and it'll be perfect. Because you know why? Because Greggy's perfect.
Patty in the gun, sends a man in motion. You're going to hand it. Oh. He's just drilled.
Absolutely drilled.
And did you catch the number on that? You catch the plates on the truck that just hit him?
I did not.
Yeah, that was
Al Zaquani coming in off the edge. And, man, he has really turned it up here these last few weeks here in the season, Tommy. The junior, 6'1", tight end, linebacker.
Definitely what we call a utility player. You can just put him anywhere and he'll be impactful.
Once again, quarterback rolls to his left.
Patty
tries to make a couple defenders miss, and he gets it back to about the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Maybe a yard up to the 34-yard line. So a third down and long coming up here for the Pirates.
Another big stop by Carter Groves. Means that who the bell tolls for on third down, 3rd and 9 from the 34. Rocky River hasn't really got much real estate to start this one, Nate. Started this game with a quick 3 and out, forced to punt. Ball at the 34-yard line, the furthest they've had it, and Patty in the gun.
3rd down and 9. They're going to hand it off the right side, and Johnny Beebe is
pinging like a BB in a boxcar, and he makes some things happen. Some tornadoes miss, but he's going to be wrangled right around the 35-yard line, Nate.
Yeah, that was not going anywhere. He tried to make something happen there, Tommy, as that defense was all over the initial play. He tried to reverse field, come back the other way, but even then, nice job on the backside by that defense, staying home and not letting that offense trick you, you know?
Once again, punt unit will come out.
And they do get the punt away. High punt, fielded by Corper at the 22. Corper trying to find some running room here, and he is swallowed up and dropped right at the 25-yard line. So the Tornadoes will take over at their own 25-yard line, leading 7-0 with 6:14 left to play here in the first quarter. I'm going to give a huge shout out to our sponsors once again for bringing you today's broadcast. Of course, these are our playoff sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Clouse Electric, one of our new sponsors joining us this week, as well as UIS Insurance and Investments. Also a huge shout out and a thank you to Rodgers Flowers, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Phillips Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Feasel's Frame and Collision, and Benchwarmers, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Rogo on a stoppage here by the referees, as I think there was a false start possibly.
Encroachment.
Oh, encroachment. All right, so encroachment is called against the defense. Look how pretty that scoreboard looks now. So much better than it did before. I love it when I had it all set up and then somebody comes and just moves it slightly, and then it's like, oh, cool, awesome, that's great.
All right, now that we got that squared away, Tornadoes on a 1st and 5.
All right. Handoff, Brockington up the middle. And he carries a defender up to the 42-yard line.
The weight one.
Let's take a look, see if we can catch that one once again here. Huh, the replay's not working.
That same quick screen out to Corper that paid dividends on their last drive that got out to the 2 will fall short right around the 39 as Corper finds the left side right in the flat. Turns on the jets. And that's going to be good to move the sticks. Now quick up to the ball. Quick draw there by the Tornadoes, handed off to Brockington.
Second down and 7. Rogo back to pass. Looking, steps up into the pocket, now slings it left side. He's got it out complete to his receiver. That's Newlove on the reception, and he's got it out of bounds near the 22-yard line. I do have a fan that's asking, how do I see the Hopewell game? Well, guess what? They don't want you to see the Hopewell game unless you pay for it. So you can find it on Hopewell's page. I'm sure they have it, but this is not something that we're covering tonight. We are at Tiffin's games. Tiffin Columbian and Tiffin Calvert. So if you're looking for the Hopewell game, I'm sure you can find it on Hopewell's social media or their website or something. But they are the ones covering the game, not on our page.
Quick pitch out to Brockington. Gets about 4 yards on that one, Nate.
Brockington.
Raffies.
Yeah, which one you want to look at here? As Brockington takes a
just
carry up
cuts
the
it up.
middle, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Let's take a look at that one once again here. As that one, just what the doctor ordered here.
And once again, that huge hole opens up that you can drive a truck through in Brockington. Decides to change lanes and puts the pedal to the metal to put the Tornadoes on top now. 13-0. Depending on this extra point, maybe put the Tornadoes up full 2 scores. Yeah, and that, another huge touchdown by the Tornadoes, and that comes because they got a huge offensive line that just has their way. Over 1 ton of protection. This is a team that led the SBC in rushing, 2,302 yards on the ground, led by Connor Musa, Decker DeVore, Braylon Allball, Ethan Reynolds, Michael Tucker, and Evan Bursch.
That's a whole lot of bodies down there, Tommy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Talk about almost a complete ton. You know, Decker DeVore, they got him listed at 6'1", 268 pounds. That's just before breakfast.
Of course, we want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports, but we really want to thank our presenting sponsors today, because without them, folks, I tell you, it would have been tough sledding this week. Huge shout out to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, our scoreboard sponsor tonight. And of course, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, as well as Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. So when you hear those names, I don't know if you know this, folks, but we wouldn't be here without them. So please, frequent those businesses. Tell them Heart of Ohio Sports sent you. Kickoff fielded at the 22-yard line. Bring it back to the 35. Return man up to about the 38-yard line. Once again, Mac Masad on the return. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. 14-0 start here for the Tornadoes. And man, it seems like they are jacked and ready to go down there. What's the energy like on the sideline?
On the return brings up first down and
Yeah, guys, these guys came out on fire today. They're full of energy. This crowd is ready. And I see we even got Teddy on the sidelines this week. I don't think we've seen Teddy this year yet.
Wait a second. Teddy's down there?
Oh, yeah, we got Teddy going. It's no wonder this crowd is so crowdy.
Oh, that's definitely why.
Take over. They started this game with the ball, and man, they really need to get something going.
They sling it out right side. Speaking of Patty.
Again, you got to get something going on this drive. Riding the ship, coming off back-to-back losses. Julian Patty through 10 games, 94 of 170 for 1,248 yards, 11 touchdowns. A young man that can get it done. He's kind of having a rough sled in here in these past 2 games. I don't envy the task set ahead of him going against this Tornado defense. But, again, you got to right the ship now because there is no tomorrow. Ship's coming into port.
And a handoff off the left side. Oh, nothing doing there. They don't even get a yard on that one. Right back to the line of scrimmage is all. So 3rd and long coming up here for the Pirates from their own 38. And Tommy, they have had not a whole lot of success getting anything going here on offense, as this defense, boy, they are stout today.
Oh, absolutely. This defense. And guys like Carter Groves really have an impactful game. I know his grandma is watching, and she's going all sorts of nuts in her recliner watching the Heart of Ohio Sports Adrenaline stream. Some proud relatives out there.
Sling it left side, right side, and that's incomplete. Broken up right away. Excellent coverage on the play, as I believe that was number 8 in on the play. That is A.J. Hickman in on the play. Of course, they are still, missing Brady Gooding's presence. Obviously, he's a big part of this offense, big part of the defense as well, but they're seeing he's still down there. He's dressed today, so hopefully he gets some action here today. And that one will be downed right at the 8-yard line. Corper thought about it for a second, but decided against it.
Well, we talk about those 5 straight playoff appearances under Judd Lutz, but Tiffin Columbian in the postseason, there you see it has some marginal success. Regional qualifiers from '87, the first time there. But there you see it in recent history. Regional championship, 2020, state semifinal appearance, 2020. And a young Braden Rogo as a freshman, part of that squad wanting to get back to the promised land. And it starts here against Rocky River in week 11. You're watching it here on Heart of Ohio Sports as the Tornadoes get ready for this drive. Back-to-back scoring drives for the Tornadoes. And up to Brockington, he's
breaks a tackle to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, and out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Damian Brockington.
And this guy is you talk about backs in TC history. This guy's going to go down as one of the all-times, as you see right here. Another all-time play by the Beast Brockington, cutting it up and setting the Tornadoes on the other side of the field. Ball at 32. Rogo fakes the handoff, pitches it out. Looks to Alzaquani. Alzaquani makes a move, makes another move, comes
and he's in the end zone. Alzaquani from 32 yards out. All right, let's take a look at that one once again. A little pitch and catch there between Rogo and Alzaquani, and Talib does the rest after the catch behind the line of scrimmage. Man, what a beautiful play call right there. As Judd saw those blitzing linebackers, and he said, let's take advantage of that. Let's just slip this one out to the outside here.
And the Tornadoes, exactly what we're talked about during the Xcaret. Keys to the game. Get out early, continue to pour it on, control the tempo. And again, that's what you do here in week 11. You can't allow this game to go any way but the way you want it to.
That's exactly right. You got to get out, set the tempo, set the tone early, and establish yourself. Establish the dominance early. Because, that's what you're trying to do as a 2 seed playing the 15 seed. They're coming into your house. You're hosting this playoff game. You got your home crowd behind you.
Yeah, you don't want to pull a Bellevue.
No, you don't. Definitely not. You don't want to do that.
But, man, we talked about just the way this Brockington season has went, touching the ball 193 times for 1,431 yards and 23 tutties. That's a heck of a career for some kids.
Looks like Hopewell's not streaming the game tonight, Tommy. I wonder why not. They didn't want us to stream it. Zimmerman with the kickoff, fielded at the 28-yard line. And once again, number 10, that is Josh Mommers on the return. He brings it back to the 34-yard line. Score updates from around the area as we check in with Hopewell Loudon and Seneca East. Chieftains leading 6-0 in the first quarter. Bellevue leading Galleon 8-3 in the first quarter. Lima Central all over Calvert 20-0 in the first quarter. Cary leading Riverdale 7-0. Perkins over River Valley 14-0. Clyde over Firelands 14-7, and Gibsonburg and Edgerton tied at 7. Remember Edgerton, Tommy? Oh, that was a fun place to go, wasn't it?
Yeah, a tremendous fun drive.
Back to pass. Patty drops it off for his receiver underneath. Nice little receiver screen, and that was a beautifully set up play as they took advantage of those blitzing TC defenders and found the outlet there as number 13, Johnny Beebe, on the reception, takes that one inside Tornado territory down to the 48-yard line.
Man, he's just got to be the coolest guy. Johnny Beebe. Patty back in the gun.
Patty the Batty.
I don't know about that.
1st and 10. Fake the handoff now, Patty. Off the right. Oh! That is not Patty. That's Mac Masad on the carry. A little bit of a Wildcat look there, Tommy, as they brought Patty off.
On that Wildcat, that kitten got squashed by Connor Musa.
So 2nd down and 4. They move it to the 42-yard line. Looks like Josh Mammers in at quarterback now for the Pirates. Nick DeSalvo takes the handoff, and he is going to be cut down and dropped behind the line. He's still on his feet.
Spin.
And he's going to be taken down behind the line. Back at the 45-yard line.
I need to talk about pursuit as a defense. There's been plenty of times where Rocky River has brought the paddles out to some of these sustained plays and have second chance. But Tornadoes' pursuit to the ball, that's what it's all about, folks. Again,
that's right.
You're just met by a gold helmet no matter what you do. So you're danged if you do, danged if you don't. And these hog mollies up front are creating the pressure. And the only thing I said that pressure creates better than diamonds is a turnover. And here on 3rd down,
Mammers back to pass, rolls to his left, looking, slings it down the field, and that one, it looks like it was caught by the receiver.
That's going to move the chains.
By Demis Salavaris.
A huge conversion.
Yeah, that was big time right there.
2 first downs just in this drive. They're only 2 of the night.
And Julian Patty not in the game currently for the Pirates. We're getting a steady dose of Mac Masad back there now.
Well, it's not so much the devil you know, it's the devil you don't, and that's what the Pirates are implementing here. Different look.
And Masad carries it forward to the 32-yard line for about a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
And as this one continues to roll, don't forget, over on the X-Stream, we're carrying Calver on the road over in Lima Central Catholic for a showdown with the Thunderbirds live from Spartan Stadium. Lots of gimmicks in that one. But Masad under center once again on 2nd and 9. Ball at the 32-yard line. First quarter rolling to an end here.
Fakes the handoff. Mammers rolls to his right, slings it out, and it is incomplete. That one hit the turf as the receiver tries to plead his case, but Stan Hewler just didn't get his hands underneath of it there to come up with that catch. 3rd down and 9 coming up here. A big 3rd down here for Rocky River, trailing 21-0 with 11 seconds left here in the first quarter. They've got to find some life here. Mammers back to pass. Steps up into the pocket, slings it down the field, and it's incomplete.
That was not a bad pass by Mammers.
No, it really wasn't. Just the receiver got tangled up with the defender there. And I think had they not had a little bit of hand fighting there about the 5-yard line, that would have been on target there, Tommy.
Well, young Josh Mammers once again looking to come into this game, take control, even on 3rd and 9, moving the ball past the 50 with the ball on the 32. You got to believe this is 4-down territory, Nate.
Yeah, you got to believe so. 4th down and 9.
Down 21-0.
Offense stays on the field. And I believe you've got shotgun set here, 2 receivers on each side of the field. They bring a man in motion. Fake it to the motion man. Now Mammers back to pass, slings it out right, and that's the guy who was in motion. But he drops the pass.
Heard the footsteps.
As they were trying to find Johnny Beebe. But unable to bring that one in, and that is the end of the first quarter. Your score, 21-0 Tiffin Columbian over Rocky River. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter of action live here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, no one wants to see me.
Nobody wants to see that. 21-0 Tiffin Columbian. We start the second quarter of action, and Tiffin Columbian has the ball after the turnover on downs by the Pirates. They have it at their own 32. Handoff, Brockington. Up the middle, and he is stopped right at the 34-yard line. So just a 2-yard gain there by Brockington. But, Tommy, when you talk about Damian Brockington on the season, talk about one of the top rushers in the SBC. As, he finished as one of the top rushers in the SBC. If I had my stats pulled up, I would have been able to tell you exactly.
But a quick screen out to Rogo. Rogo to Rogo. Going to get it right about the that's good. It's enough for the move the chain. And, man, what a connection these two have. QB to receiver connection. In 22 season, Rogo, 1,800 yards passing, 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Man, he's just doing a tremendous job as the signal caller for this Tornado squad.
Fake the handoff, sling it over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40-yard line to the 50, to the 45, still on his feet to the 35, and cut down inside the 35.
Salaveras on the interception. Tip drill paying dividends for Rocky River, and now they'll have a chance at it, Nate.
Was that 21? I thought that was 21. Ryan Ricchetti, I think, was the guy on that. It was either 21 or 11, but either way, tipped ball once again. Braden has just had no luck on these tip balls this year, man. I'd say at least half of his interceptions have come off of tip balls.
Well, here's the thing: is these receivers, I do not envy them wanting to take a pass from Rogo in the colder months, because he just fires a bullet at you, a laser beam, and when that hits your fingers and bounces off of it, it's going to have some trajectory to it. And the Rocky River just in the right place at the right time. Tremendous read coming up with that one. Now a chance to cut away at this 21-0 deficit.
Tiffin Columbian leading 21-0. They are now on defense as the Rocky River Pirates in tornado territory. Mullins rolling out to his right, and he's going to be brought down right past the line of scrimmage. Maybe a couple yards on the play, but that's about it. Excellent pursuit there by Talib Al-Zakwani and Mitch Scheiber.
Yeah. If you somehow make it to the second level, that's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
You might run into Mitch Scheiber.
Or he'll run into you.
Either way, not a fun day at the office.
And we have not seen Julian Patty since the first drive of the game, Tommy, as Josh Mullins has taken over the quarterback position now. And he settles under center. Turns around, handoff. This time, Beebe on the carry, bounces it to the outside, and he's going to be out of bounds past the first down marker. Johnny Beebe picks up the first down for the Rocky River Pirates. They move it to the 20-yard line.
Defense a little late to adjust there, Nate.
And that's,
almost seemed like that one was ran to the backside. Just, again, caught the defense sleeping. Tremendous blocking up front. And a nice little gain to keep the chains moving as the Pirates trying to get on the board, stop the bleeding here with 10:09 remaining in the first half.
Bombers back in the shotgun. Looking over the middle, and it's just a little too high for his intended receiver. He was looking for Stan Hewler at the goal line. Second down coming up now. All at the 20-yard line. I was talking about Damian Brockington. He did end up finishing number 1 in the SBC Lake in rushing, beating Jaron McClendon by 20 yards in that last game, Tommy. 14-31 on the year, 23 touchdowns, just 1 fumble, averaging 7.5 yards per carry on 193 carries. Second down and 10, I formation. We don't see this very often. And BB's going to get the handoff, and he is going to be drilled in the backfield and dropped for a loss, and I think we see why we don't see that very often. Decker DeVore, Drew, he seen that play drawn up in the huddle, so wow. Boy, Tommy, we haven't called his name a whole lot this year, but when we do, he's always making some kind of an impact play.
Oh, absolutely. Again, some of these guys that get that pressure up front, they're unsung heroes because they force quarterbacks out of the pocket, force mistakes, let everybody else get the acclaim, as you read in the presser this week with Decker DeVore.
Mommers drops back to pass, rolls to the right, looking, and it's going to be brought down with a face mask as Mitch Scheiber grabbed a hold of the face mask and brought down Mommers, and that's going to bring flags onto the field, and it will be a personal foul variety. So that will be an automatic first down.
Well, we always talk about, especially in week 11, where there are no room for error, can't be making week 1 mistakes. Let's see about these penalties here.
Half the distance to the goal.
What?
As it occurred inside the 30-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty inside the 30 is a half the distance to the goal. So then that makes it not an automatic first down, Tommy, because it's only half the distance to the goal.
Still a 3rd and 3 now.
I'm still scratching my head because I thought personal fouls were an automatic first down. Huh.
Other than that, in high school, just a
I guess not.
15-yard.
I formation once again. They fake it to the tailback. Mommers throws it off to the tailback BB out of the backfield, and he's going to carry it out of bounds past the first down marker up to about the 12-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark him out at the 8, so give him a couple more. Nice job there by BB as he pushes that up inside the 10-yard line, and now Rocky River threatening here inside the red zone. First and goal at the 8-yard line. Of course, tonight's sponsors. Pregame show brought to you by Rodgers Flowers. Keys to the game brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Our weather report brought to you by Phillips Electric. Stick around for the halftime show brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Mommers in the shotgun, drops, rolls to his right. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to be brought down right about the 5-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain.
Now a long drive for the Rocky River Pirates off of an interception by the Tornadoes, trying to finish this one off because points off turnovers, they start to add up, especially when you're down 21-0 here in the first half. You want nothing more to bring this down to a 2-score game.
That's right. Once again, all timeouts tonight brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. And our opening kickoff in the second half and in the first half brought to you by Clouse Electric. Mommers rolls to his left.
Got some room.
Looking, slings it into the end zone, and it's going to be picked off. Intercepted in the end zone.
Yeah, they are going to call it. That is going to stand.
Let's see if I caught that in time here. We did, just in time. Look at that. As he rolls to his left, Mommer slings it into the end zone, and that one is picked off, I believe.
That's just a heartbreaker for the Pirates. Turnabout is fair play, though, as the Tornadoes on their last drive turned the ball over with an interception. The Pirates got that one all the way down.
I believe that was A.J. Hickman on the interception. As when I looked at that replay, it looked like either an 8 or a 3. And if that's an 8, then that's Hickman. If it's a 3, then it's Brady Gooding. We'll have to go back and recheck that one once again, but I'm pretty sure that was A.J. Hickman on the interception.
Yeah, guys, and nobody happier than Braden Rogo on that. After he got that interception, he gave a little fist pump and headed way back out there.
That's exactly what you want to see right there. Your quarterback likes that. Give me the ball back. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, clean up my mess.
Turnabout's fair play, right, Tommy?
Now Rogo back in the gun. Brings Corper closer into the blocking. Pitch out to Brockington.
Cuts through a couple of defenders and gets it down to about the 25-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 24.
I think that was
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Trent Delventhal on the stop there. Junior linebacker for the Pirates.
Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Timeouts tonight brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Handoff, Brockington, up the middle, slips through the defenders. And Tommy, you want to talk about getting skinny? I don't think I could have got skinny enough to get through that hole, but man, Brockington got sideways and got through there. And he picked up the first down.
The Tornadoes dodged the bullet defensively, getting that ball back after a Tornado turnover on their last drive.
They fake the handoff, sling it out to Bryce Rogo, complete up to the 45-yard line. That's the Brogo connection.
He dropped his other towel. How many towels this guy got on?
Hey, you look good, you feel good. Feel good, you play good. Hand off to Brockington up the middle. Spins out of a tackle, keeps those legs churning, and gets it down inside Rocky River territory down to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, what we would have done for turf tape on the elbows back in the day.
You know, Tommy, as I look at this Rocky River squad, not a whole lot of senior leadership here. Seems like this is a pretty young squad here, but they look to be more than just happy to be here.
Wow.
Brockington takes the pass out of the backfield, makes a man miss at the 35, to the 25, 20, to the 15, 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. Damian Brockington from 47 yards out, but hold on. We got a flag. And the early indication is holding against the Tornadoes. Yeah, it was during the run after the catch that the holding occurred, so they're going to mark it right at the 29-yard line is where the penalty occurred, so that'll move the ball back to the 39-yard line. Still good enough for a first down, Tommy, but not good enough for a touchdown anymore.
A little bit of confusion down there. They get the chain set. Rogo in the gun now.
We're ready.
Hand off to Brockington.
Man, he is so elusive, Tommy.
His second chance yards are just, oh, goodness. You think the guy's down, and after he's already carved you up for 4, he's going to push another 3 on you.
Uh-huh.
I think he averaged about 7.8 yards a carry this season.
Yeah, 7.5 yards a carry.
The season. Average this season.
Little pistol formation here for Tornadoes. Rogo back to pass. Slings it down the field. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian. What a catch by Brady Gooding. Let's take a look at that one again, folks. That was a beautiful dime from Rogo to Gooding.
Yeah, only a Division I prospect like Rogo finding his receiver Gooding, who's just one heck of an athlete too. I mean, athletic to athletic play. These guys got more chemistry than a periodic table, and it pays off as Columbian continues to add on to this lead as they get ready for this point after. And the kick is up, and it's
blocked. They blocked the extra point, so it stays 27-0. 5:20 left to play here in the first half.
27-0.
These Tornadoes jumping all over the Pirates here in the early going, but over in Bascom, they got a heck of a ball game going on over there, Tommy, as the Chieftains leading Seneca East by a score of 12-8.
Yeah, the Chieftains do a great job taking care of business, especially in tightly contested games, and I expected nothing else when I heard Ed Phillips and his Tigers were going to be headed over there. So that, again, keep you updated around the area. But right now, speaking of scores from around the area, Lima Central Catholic on top of Kelver, 27-0.
Same score. Hey, folks, if you're tuned in watching both broadcasts, your scoreboard's not broken. They're both just the same score here. We got the Wizard working on things here behind the scenes. I love this. I absolutely love this. This is awesome. Like, this is so cool.
Zimmerman kicks underway, actually gets a little hold of that, is returnable, makes the up man miss. Heck of a return by Rocky River as they hope to, who was that on that return? Number 3, Mac Masad.
Mac Masad on the return, brings it back to the 40-yard line as we check in on the X stream over there live. And Lima Central Catholic as currently Tiffin Calvert trailing 27-0 to the Thunderbirds of Lima Central Catholic. North Royalton leading Fremont Ross 14-6 in the second quarter. As we mentioned, Hopewell leading Seneca East 12-8 in the second quarter. Pistol formation here, 2 backs in the backfield. And that's Bombers back into the game at quarterback. Steps up into the pocket, and he's going to take it out of bounds past the line of scrimmage up to about the 42-yard line is where he steps out of bounds.
And more of a 4-3 look by the Tornadoes on that one. Anticipating the pass. Going
a little bit.
Yep.
They've been known to kind of adjust their defensive schemes to the offense that they're facing. You know, I've seen that week to week. They have kind of a different look.
Yeah, they
Some
can
weeks
play
you'll
it.
see them out of the 3-4 or more like a 5-2.
Well, that's what you get when you have a good down lineman. That's what it's all about. You create pressure with 4 guys. You create pressure with 3 guys. It doesn't matter. Allows you to expand your coverage.
That's right.
Just like we've expanded our coverage with the Adrenaline Stream and the X Stream covering the playoffs here. As Brockington in on the blitz.
Masad is going nowhere. As
Look at
Damian
that, one more
Brockington
time.
comes in to blow that one up. Let's check that one once
Couldn't
again.
even get through my plugs here. As Brockington off the edge. Right there, you see him down at the corner of your screen. Shoot! Right
Schwack!
through.
That was a schwack, for sure. That's got to be, you know, that's what we should put on one of our shirts, Tommy. Schwack.
Yeah. Look like a good old schwack.
Bombers rolls to his left. Defensive pressure was there.
He's still chasing him down.
Tipped up into the air. It's still up into the air and knocked down, incomplete. Lucky for the Pirates that one falls harmlessly to the turf. But a fourth down coming up.
And after a huge touchdown for Gooding on that last drive, defensively coming up with a huge stop is our man BG3.
Shoo, I love that nickname, BG3. So fourth down, ball at the 40-yard line, punt unit onto the field. Jack Corper back deep to repunt.
Almost get a hand on it.
Corper fields it at his 15-yard line. Sets up his blocks, makes a man miss at the 25, and he's going to be ridden out at the 30-yard line.
And that's one thing that you love to have back is a guy like Corper, who earlier on in the season, had a situation where he went down, and then the Tornadoes and the Tornado special teams, suffice to say, suffered from it.
Yeah.
They, again, the offense, you really relied heavy on to get long scoring drives where they're used to a guy like Corper setting them up in great real estate to begin drives, and it's nice to see that back as the Tornadoes start this one from the 33.
Ball at the 33-yard line. They bring a man in motion. That's Corper, who settles on the left hip of Rogo. He takes the handoff now.
Look!
Corper making defenders miss, but still he's going to go down in the backfield for a 1-yard loss.
Play that back.
Let's see if we caught enough of that to catch the replay here.
I just want to see Decker DeVore getting the old panty cake out. Swat!
That was fun to watch.
Maple syrup.
Rogo slings it out left side. That's complete to Bryce Rogo, and Bryce takes it out of bounds at the 40-yard line. They're going to be about 3 yards short of the first down, but that'll bring up third down and 3.
Gain of 6 yards on the play, brings up third down 4.
Shotgun set here. 3 receivers on the field, 2 on the far side, 1 here on the near side. Pistol formation. Braden Rogo looks to the sideline for the adjustment. Settles back into the pistol. Looks back at Brockington. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Rogo steps up, slings it over the middle, complete to Bryce. Rogo slips a tackle to the 40 and inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Boy, he slipped right between 2 defenders on that one.
3. Look at Rogo all day in the pocket, finding his brother, and look, splits it right between 3 defenders. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sets the chains for the Tornadoes, and the Tornadoes trying to get back in scoring position, but we're going to have a timeout here, Nate, as the
of course, all timeouts brought to you tonight by UIS Insurance and Investments, Tommy. We could talk about UIS because this is one of our new sponsors. I'm really excited to bring them on board, Tommy, as they're a community staple. Everybody knows about UIS Insurance and Investments, what they do, how much they support community-minded causes. So why not be a community-minded sponsor with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports? We want to give a huge shout-out and a thank you to Mitch Felton, Andy Steffi, all the great staff there at UIS Insurance and Investments. A proud sponsor here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And that timeout now continues the clock with 2:54 remaining. The Tornadoes driving here as Rogo hands off to the up man, Brockington. Brockington spins out of harm's way and into the awaiting arms of a couple of Pirates.
Down to the 33-yard line. Good for 5 yards.
And number 76 with the stop, Evan Merck.
Second down and 6 coming up. Ball at the 33-yard line. Rogo back to pass. He's going to step up into the pocket, and he's going to be brought down. And a nice job there by the defensive line of just applying the pressure. Big number 60, Charlie Fidel, coming in there with Aiden Andranco. The Pirates trying to stand tall here with less than 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Trying to stand tall. and keep this one a 27-point ball game as we head to the locker room. Rogo, back to pass. Third down, slings it left side, complete, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Bryce Rogo. And that's going to bring up fourth down, fourth and about 8. They need to get it to the 27-yard line to convert.
Well, nice stand by the Pirates on that one. Again, with 1 minute and 36 seconds left, you can't allow the Tornadoes to score, because if you go into the halftime down over 30 points, you're going to be facing a second opponent in the second half in that running clock. As Rogo sends a man in motion, sends Brockington. He's just going to throw it right over the middle of the
Beautiful setup right there. Corper on the run to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Columbian.
Good.
Jack Corper. Hey, that button's there. I forgot about it. I go back and look at that one here once again on the replay cam.
Look at this screen, though. Look at the blocks.
It's just a wall of blockers out in front.
Attempt the extra point out of the hold of Love. And the snap.
Beautifully done, beautifully executed.
Golden wall. Kind of reminds me of my living room. My palatial estate. As the extra point, and will be good. And just as we talked about the dangers that the Pirates may run into here in the second half, I mean, that reality starting to dawn on them with 1 minute and 27 seconds left here in the first half. Down 34-0 here on this drive. The Rocky River really needs to make something happen to slow the bleeding, stop from running into the hands of the running clock in the second half if they expect to have any chance here in week 11.
Thank you to the following.
1:27 left to play here in the first half. Let's take a look around the area at some of the other scores, as there are plenty of other area teams in action this weekend. We mentioned Tiffin Calvert over on the X Stream. You can find them. Dominic Helmstetter, Zach Dillon on the call. Of course, Connor Roush over there with them. North Royalton and Fremont Ross tied up at 14. Lima Central Catholic leading Tiffin Calvert 27-0. That's in the second quarter. Clyde leading Firelands 22-14 in the second quarter. Bellevue on top of Galleon 20-3. And Sam Zimmerman kicks it off, fielded it at the 20-yard line.
Galleon and Bellevue, old NOL matchup.
Masad on the return. Skips through a couple of tackles, and he's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. Excellent return there.
Just
by
what you
Masad.
needed with 1 minute and 19 seconds left. You don't have much.
Oh, but hang on,
No.
hang on. We got a flag here. We got a flag on the play. If Greggy lets me go to the flag. Yes, you will get to watch the halftime show. We have fixed that issue, and now you should be fine.
Yeah, I got rights.
Oh, blocking the back, so that's going to bring that one back quite a bit.
First down.
So there you have it. Flag is against the Pirates. So instead of having that excellent field position all the way down at the 45, now they're going to move the ball all the way back to the 16-yard line. So
Oh, goodness.
that is not what the doctor ordered there.
No. And we want to thank just what the doctor did order was a visit over to Dr. Joel Consolo, our patron for tonight's playoff game.
That's right.
Get them. He's a podiatrist.
Yeah.
I've seen him myself back in high school as an athlete. You know, again, you put those cleats on, you put those socks on. You know, a lot of wear and tear on your foot to where you might get ingrown toenails. I know that's gross to talk about, but Dr. Consolo, with some of those procedures, matrices that I had done myself, solved those problems for life. For life. And my feet have thanked him ever since. So, again, for athletes, he's your go-to guy and a proud patron right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Timeout on the field. Timeouts tonight brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to UIS for all of their contributions here on Heart of Ohio Sports. One of our new sponsors here joining us for the playoffs. Pirates take over at their own 16. Power formation here. They hand it off the left side, and not a whole lot of running room there. Not exactly sure who was the ball carrier. I think that was 21, Ryan Ricchetti. Ricchetti. R-I-C-K-E-T-T-I. Ricchetti. They got some cool names over there, Rocky River. Julian Patty the Batty. Johnny BB. Second down and 6 at the 20-yard line. Handoff. Ricchetti on the carry once again, and he carries the pile forward.
But
still on his feet. And he's going to carry it down to the 27-yard line. Picks up the first down. First down and 10, Rocky River. Now they have it at the 28, and I think they're just going to let that clock roll.
I thought the clock's supposed to stop.
Well, it only stops for the first down and long enough for them to get the chain set.
Yeah.
But then starts right back up. And I don't think they're going to run another play here, Tommy. It's down to 10 seconds left here. I think they're just as content just to let this one roll down and not make any mistakes and make this a bigger deficit.
What?
I think that's the game plan here. That is the final play of the first half. Tiffin Columbian leading Rocky River 34-0. And we're going to step aside. We'll take a timeout. We'll bring you the halftime show. And then we'll come back right before the start of the second half to break down that first half and get you set for the second half of action live here at Frost County Stadium. Once again, don't go anywhere. You're tuned in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. 34-0 Tiffin Columbian. We head to the locker room.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Greg Ken here, and you're locked in to high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Catch up on all the scores from the night before on the Saturday Scoreboard Show, live every Saturday at 9 a.m. on Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, this is Nate Mullins here. You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Clouse Electric is a veteran and family-owned full-service electrical contracting firm that has grown to be a first-class electrical contractor serving Northwest Ohio. Their mission is to provide high-quality commercial and industrial electrical projects in a timely manner. They do this by forming and training a professional team of employees who are dedicated to their core values, conscious of safe work practices, all while forming long-term relationships with their customers. Visit their website for more information at clouseelectric.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Jeff Leopold for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144.
Our next song is from our seniors' first year in the Rocky River High School Band. It's a Latin-style take on a song that represents the Beatles' shift pop band to a more experimental studio group, released simultaneously as a single and on the album Revolver in 1966. Eleanor Rigby features only vocals with string section accompaniment. While the song itself is a bit of a downer, we know that senior trumpet player Stephanie Brown and our incomparable Palms and Flowers have you dancing along in the stands. Here is Eleanor Rigby. We close our show tonight with a medley of two iconic Beatles songs. The song begins with a feature of our fabulous drumline as we invite you to sit back and let the evening go. And remember, as the Beatles reminded us, that in the end, equal the love you make. Here it is. Love. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rocky River Marching Band! The band is under the direction of Mike Comperta and Kelly Baera. The prom and flag advisor is Miss Rachel Thorne. Percussion instructor, Mr. Andy Shue. Marching band assistant and backup announcer, Chris Ford. Enjoy the rest of the evening and go Pirates!
Nice job. You guys sounded great. Look great. Nice going. Good evening, Tiffin. We direct your attention to the north sideline where you will see and hear the pride of Tiffin Columbian High School, the 2022 edition of our Marching 120, the Tiffin Columbian Band Flag and Dance Squad. Our band is under the direction of Mr. Michael Meadows and Mr. Trenton Thacker. Our flag and dance squad are under the direction of Mrs. Danielle Bluth, assisted by Chloe Gibson. Our Marching 120 begins this evening with a drill to a 1986 hit by the Swedish rock band Europe. The lyrics to this piece were taken from David Bowie's song, Space Oddity. It was featured in its own music video and has garnered 1 million views on YouTube. It was number 8 on the U.S. Hot Billboard 100 chart. Here's Final Countdown. Our next song features the Flag and Dance Squad. This song was recorded in 2004 by Britney Spears from her album In the Zone. It was ranked among Billboard Rolling Stone's 500 greatest songs of all time. Let's watch our Flag and Dance Squad as the band plays Oxac. Everybody knows our Marching 120 loves to boogie down and have fun. We're a dancing band. The song was written, featured American singer Kesha. It peaked at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It featured our drum line in a break written by our own assistant director, Trent Thacker, and features great choreography. Here's her. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Tiffin Columbian Marching 120, the Tiffin Columbian Marching Band flag and dance.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay forward.
Eric Hall.
Kids
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, welcome back. We're here at halftime. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall, up here in the press box at Frost County Stadium. We've got Eric Hall down on the sidelines. Thanks for tuning in here on the First National Bank of Sycamore halftime show. Tommy, exciting first half if you are a Tiffin Columbian fan.
Oh, absolutely. As fireworks came early here tonight from Frost County Stadium as Rocky River still trying to get off the bus after a first half woodshedding. 34-0 is your score at the half as we get ready for the second half of action. Now, the Tornadoes won the coin toss at the top of the program and elected to defer, so they'll actually get the ball at half, and I'm questioning again with 1:30 seconds left in the first half. Rocky River with the ball down 34-0. You just gave up a huge touchdown to go down by 34 points after only being down 27-0. Problem with that again is you had 1:30 seconds to cut the deficit. I know some penalty kind of stifled that drive, but you just had to make something happen because now you're coming out in the second half here in Week 11 on the road, and you're facing two opponents, one in the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and now against the running clock, and Columbian gets the ball to start. So it just kind of boggled my mind going into the locker room why you just kind of let the half run out.
You know, from one standpoint, I can understand exactly what you're saying. Absolutely. I mean, if you're a competitive guy like you and I are, you're trying to get them points on the board. You want to try to make that running clock not a thing in the second half. But let me just say this. What if they try to, they were at their own 20-yard line there, 16-yard line, 20-yard line, somewhere around in there. What if the next play they fumbled a handoff, Columbian picks the ball up and runs it back into the end zone for another touchdown? Now you're down 40-0. Now you have absolutely no chance in the second half to get that running clock under control. Just playing devil's advocate, you can go either scenario there, but you're right, absolutely. It boggled my mind to see them not at least try to put some points on the board.
What if my grandmother had wheels? She'd be a bicycle. And here in the second half, again, you got to play smart. You got to play for a full 48 minutes. So, yeah, I know you talk about the situation you're in, and, you kind of danged if you do, danged if you don't. But you still got to play intelligent football.
Yeah.
And in that, again, time, numbers, statistics. I'm a numbers guy. I know a lot of people like to go on guts and fortitude, but at the same time, you got to have a reality check. And that reality check is when you're down 27-0, you just gave up another score to go down by 30 points. You're going to be defending in the second half. You got the ball with 1:30 seconds left. You try to make something happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the end of the story.
That's a good point. All right, we are just about ready to start the second half. I want to give a huge shout-out and a thank you.
To quickly recap, again, it won't take too much long, but just in that first half, here's the recap. TC's Braden Rogo, 11 of 14 passing for 238 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Damian Brockington has 12 carries for 131 yards at the half. Rocky River has 71 yards of total offense.
Well, there you have it. That's pretty much the story of the game here.
No.
As we're trying to figure out why our scoreboard cam isn't coming on.
Even the scoreboard had enough of that.
Tornadoes take over. First down and 10 from the 46.
Then the second half is underway as that rolling clock continues. 11:40 already, and we haven't even got a snap off here. As Rogo is going to come out in the gun to begin this drive. And it's a quick pitch out to Brockington. It's bumbled a little bit, but he finds the edge, but there to clean him up, a group of Pirates. Nice pursuit to the ball to begin this drive. A nice stop by number 25, Nick DeSalvo. And Ryan Ricchetti in on the stop.
Brings up second down, 13.
Yeah, Tiffin Columbian, fireworks in that first half, up 34-0. Going to the locker room, come out here to make another statement on this opening drive, put some more points on the board, and continue to pour it on here as Rogo back in the gun once again. Bot snap to the up man, looked for a quick screen there, but it's Bot batted at the line. And that one could have been disastrous, as we saw a tip ball earlier fall into the favor of the Pirates after an interception. On that ensuing drive, the Pirates able to get down within striking distance, got into enemy territory, but another interception by the Columbian defense quelched those aspirations for the Pirates. But on a huge 3rd and 13 now, the longest down and distance the Tornadoes have faced tonight.
Rogo slings it out right, and that's Corper on the reception. Breaks a tackle, keeps his legs moving, and there is a flag that flies in.
There is a flag on the play.
And it looks like this is going to go against the Tornadoes. So this is a holding call.
Holding looks to be the call against the Tornadoes.
Well, this second half just went underway without hesitation, and we won't take any more hesitation to thank our sponsors who are bringing you this Week 11 playoff matchup here at Frost Canal Stadium.
Of course, we want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to our title sponsors, Clouse Electric, Rodgers Flowers, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Phillips Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, MST Sauce Company, UIS Insurance and Investments, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Benchwarmers, and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Third down and long, 3rd and 20, 21 actually here. Rogo back to pass, steps up into the pocket, slings it over the middle, complete. He's got Corper at the 50, makes a man miss, trying to make something happen, and he's going to be pretty close but shy of the first. But hang on, we got a flag that flies in at the end of the play. This could be a face mask penalty that might give him enough for the first down here. We'll see what the flag is, but I think this one's going against the Pirates, and that should give him enough for the first down here. They are moving the ball already.
Number 2, the defense. 5-yard penalty.
It's just an incidental face mask.
First down. 5-yard face mask call against Pirates.
Shotgun formation. Pistol set here for the Tornadoes. Schreiber, the H-back on the right side of the formation. They bring Corper in motion. He's in the slot. Rogo, handoff. Brockington up the middle. Brockington makes a man miss at the 25 to the 20. He's got a blocker in front to the 10 to the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown.
And you pick it up. Carry for the Tornadoes for a 40-yard touchdown.
Wow, what a huge burst of energy there on the field and on the sidelines after Columbian now has stretched this lead out almost 41-0, pending the extra point. But Eric, you're down there on the sideline. What's it like down there?
Oh, it's fun down here, and Rogo knew that was a touchdown as soon as he cut out to the outside there. He put his hands up. He knew he was in.
Number 9, Michael Wagner.
That's so fun to watch.
Out of the
camaraderie on this team, they have absolutely great chemistry. It's one of the things that I've noticed about this team since the beginning of the year is they're always rooting for each other, always cheering for each other. It's definitely not a quiet sideline down there.
No, they're having some fun down here right now.
And the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. Michael Wagner knocks through the extra point.
With 8 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Your score, Columbian 41, Rocky River 0.
Again, we can't thank you enough for joining us here on our playoff edition of Heart of Ohio Sports High School Football here on the Adrenaline Stream. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. Then over in Lima Central Catholic at Spartan Stadium on the X Stream, you'll find Calvert versus Lima Central Catholic. And again, we can't thank enough Greg Kinn, the Wizard, back at the Studio Squared here in Tiffin, Ohio, for spinning the dials, keeping us on the air, and bringing you this presentation live here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Yeah, folks, when you see these things happen that just kind of happen on the screen, there's a lot of cool graphics that we do. There's a lot of cool stuff that we do, and it would not be possible if not for Greg Kinn. Let me tell you that right now. Now, Tommy does a great job with our graphics as well, our game day posters. Tommy does a great job with some of our animated graphics during the game as well. It's a team project. It's a team effort, and we give credit wherever it's due. And, man, the Wizard, Greg Kinn, deserves a lot of credit, Greg. I mean, he makes things happen. Let me just say that. When we have an idea and we're like, hey, how can we do this? It gets those cogs moving in his head, and he starts thinking, yeah, you know what, how can we do that? Well, you know, I could probably do this, and we could do that, and then we could do that. And he makes it happen.
He finds a great way of bringing a reality to our great sponsors and bringing those graphics to life as well to show these community-minded sponsors that, hey, we're here to support high school football and bring it to everybody, not just in town, but to those distant relatives that live outside.
And if you're a business owner and you're community-minded like all these other sponsors here, and you're sitting there thinking to yourself as the Pirates rush the ball near the 40-yard line out of bounds, as we got about a 9-yard gain there by Demis Salavaris. But when you think to yourself, if you're a business owner, like, how can I be one of these community-minded sponsors? Well, hey, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitch, whatever you're watching on, find the message and send us a message. Let us know. I want to be involved. I want to be a sponsor. I want to be a proud supporter of Heart of Ohio Sports. You can also shoot me an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. Let's take your marketing plan to the next level. Handoff off the left side. That's BB on the carry. He's got it up past the 45.
The exact same play they ran. Continues to find daylight for the Pirates here in the second half as this clock continues to roll down. We're already at a 6:30 here in the third quarter. Columbian up 41-0. But, I mean, this is something to keep an eye on for other teams that may be watching this, as the winner of this game will face either Medina Buckeye or Parma Padua, as Medina Buckeye, number 7 in the region, Parma Padua, number 10. That game would be brought to you right here at Frost County Stadium if the Columbian were to win. As another run, gain of 2 by Rocky River.
Currently, Padua Franciscan leading Buckeye 28-7. That game in the third quarter, according to ScoreStream.
That's number 10 leading 7.
North Royalton over Fremont Ross, now 28-14 in the third quarter. Hopewell
what
Loudon
happened there?
leading Seneca East 19-8.
You know, we watched that juggernaut Fremont Ross team in week 1, and I just was like, that's the team there.
Yeah. 2nd and 8. Ball at the 49.
Look at that keeper. Now
Keeper off the left side, Masad on the carry. And
that's going to be enough to move the sticks.
He's got enough. That's going to move the chains up to the 43-yard line. We'll mark him out actually at the 42.
And again, it's frustrating as we talked about, you know, kind of almost folding up your tent in the first half.
Yeah.
There with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Now here in the second half, you know, you're trying to cut away at this deficit and slow the bleeding and cut away to stop this running clock. But now you're just running your offense to try to keep Tiffin Columbian off the field.
I formation.
Just running your offense.
Tight end on the right side. They run it to that side. And this time BB is going to be cut down from behind as big number 72, Carter Groves, comes in to make the play. As he chased him down from behind. Just a 1-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 9 coming up.
And no sense of urgency. Just waltzing out there.
Stick around. Make sure you stick around for the postgame show, folks. I mean, if they're not going to have any urgency, I mean, we might as well start talking about the postgame show. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know why it's so worked up. It's just.
And off to Beebe, off the left side. Now he's got some running room. To the 35, to the 30, 25 to the 20, and he's cut down inside the 20.
And that's a shot in the arm the Pirates needed.
Big Johnny Beebe with a 30-yard gain down to the 15. And that sets the Pirates up inside the red zone. 3:20 left to play here in the third quarter.
With this expanded playoff format, it's just you're seeing a different brand of football out there. As typically, week 11, back when it was like in the days of the top 8, you'd have 8 seeded against 1, and you'd still have the cream of the crop. But here in week 11, you're still going to see some of these matchups that haven't gone the way of a 6-14. But BB's going to cut it up, and he's going to be gone into the end zone.
15-yard touchdown from Johnny Beebe. And little to no resistance there on the left side of that defensive line. Would have been the right side of the defensive line, but I'll tell you, that offensive line did a nice job there, Tommy, sealing that alley for Beebe to drive through.
Well, that finally, again, Rocky River gets on the board, slow and meticulous in their game plan, but again, you just want to get points on the board, then you can start figuring some other things out.
Julian Patty is on to hold for the extra point. All right. Ball is down. The kick is up, and the extra point attempt is good. And that was Masad. That's Mac Masad on the extra point. So that makes your score 41-7. So it doesn't stop the running clock, but it stops the goose egg, Tommy.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want.
And sometimes that's more important. I mean, this is still first teams that you're playing out there again. So, again, you didn't get that touchdown in garbage time as you'd like to put it in the past.
Woof. Boy, these week 1 matchups, there's a lot of blowouts in this area. There's a couple good games, but for the most part, it's hard to pick a good game here in week 1. I'm telling you that right now, folks. Bellevue leading Gallion 26-9. North Royalton and Fremont, a 14-point ball game. And outside of that, Hopewell and Seneca East is an 11-point ball game, 19-8. Clyde leading Firelands 41-21, and then Gibsonburg over Edgerton right now, 29-14 in the third quarter. Other than that, a bunch of blowouts. Cary 49-0 over Riverdale at half. Lima Central 34-0 over Tiffin Calvert. That game, of course, over on the X stream. Perkins 58-6 on River Valley. That game at halftime. And then Liberty Center leading Port Clinton 48-13. That game at halftime as well. So those are your playoff games for
I'm sure
teams in this area.
I'm sure they'll let Bloomville Tech in there and Bascom A&M, and they pretty much let everybody in now.
Bascom A&M. I like that. Short kick fielded by Alzaquani.
Oh, that's Alzaquani.
Bobbles
Loses it.
And the Pirates are going to fall on top of it at the 40-yard line. So Rocky River comes up with the muffed kickoff return as Alzaquani had it go right through his hands. I think, Tommy, that was a case of he was just starting to think about what he was going to do with it rather than just grabbing it. But I think his eyes got a little big when he thought about the green in front of him there because he had a lot of green in front.
Again, you got to play a full 48 minutes. You can't get lackadaisical. You can't have any laps or mental miscues. As you have to play a complete 48 minutes because that's what it's going to come down to if you expect to make it to the next step.
Just shy of 140 people tuned in right now on YouTube. They bring a man in motion. And
that keeper
Masad,
once again. Masad finds
on
open
the keeper
space.
Up the middle to the 20 to the 15.
Makes a man miss. Still on his feet.
He's inside the 15 down to the 10-yard line. Mac Masad. They're finding some running room in this TC defense.
By number 15.
That's the thing, you know, we talk about the pressure that this defense likes to put on squads, that if you're able to find the edge or find just that little opening, you get to the secondary, you can really get some good chunk yardage against this defense. It's about finishing drives is where teams kind of struggle against Tiffin Columbian.
That's right.
And thus far, you know, again, you want a full 24 minutes without any points, but here late in the third quarter, a little bit of life coming to Rocky River. We'll see if it's too little or too late as I get ready here.
They had two guys in motion at the same time. I'm sure that's what that
a
flag was there, as
procedure.
the tight end was never set before the fullback went into motion there. So that's going to be an illegal motion or illegal shift.
Preliminary call is a legal shift against the offense.
We'll see what the call is here as they sort things out. But you see, right before they start that play, the tight end went in motion, settled on the left side, but he was never set. You gotta stay set for at least a second before you start the play. And then they had another man in motion at the same time as well. So before you can bring another guy in motion, which on that play, you know, you got your fullback who just kind of has those little, they're kind of like a hesitation step to the left. You know, they just kind of like step twice and then they go straight into that, what you call it, 2-hole or, you know, 3-hole actually on the left side. So they're really just giving that little side step to get into the hole that they're trying to block. But you gotta make sure your other guy's set before you start motion. All right, well, that's the final play of the third quarter. Boy, that was a quick third quarter. Wow. 41-7 your score. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back with the exciting fourth quarter of action live from Frost County Stadium. You're tuned in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Greg Ken here, and you're locked in to high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here. Start of the fourth quarter sees the Pirates with possession at the 15-yard line inside Tornado territory, 1st and 15. And this one's going to be
Gobbled up.
run to the left, but not a whole lot of running room for the Pirates. Stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Mac Masad on the carry. Once again, a huge shout out and a thank you to our presenting sponsors. Of course, if you're watching today's game, it is in large part brought to you by the fine folks at Xcaret Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Two fine sponsors here with Heart of Ohio Sports. Also brought to you by many other community-minded sponsors as Johnny Beebe just kind of...
Turf Monster guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, Turf Monster must have come up and gobbled him up.
Loss of 1 yard on the play.
Loss of a yard.
Favoring his left knee a little bit there, too.
Yeah, I saw that, Eric. That was, he stays in the game, but that's a tough...
Sometimes you think this turf lends itself to the winter months because you're not hitting cold, frozen over ground. But I tell you what, that turf, it's still not fun to take a dive into.
Well, people forget, there might be all that rubber there, but there's still a sheet of concrete underneath. Shotgun set. Mommers rolls to his right, looking to pass, slings it out, and he's got his receiver at the 10-yard line. Good for about 5. Maybe actually give him about 7 yards. It's going to be 4th down and goal inside of 10 minutes to play here in the ball game.
Isn't it amazing? It's 4th and 10, 4th and goal. And I'm still still scratching my head about the yardage that this Columbian defense has allowed here in these last 2 drives.
Well, so far, it's a 7-7 tie here in the second half. Pirates going to come out and kick a field goal here. Even with a field goal, it's still a 31-point game. You don't stop the running clock. I don't quite understand here, but it's not my call to make. Timeouts, of course, tonight brought to you by your friends at UIS Insurance and Investments. Now, folks, when I talk about, obviously, UIS Insurance Investments, one of our new sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports, we're very thankful to have them on board with us. They are your hometown agency. They're providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Jeff Leopold, for a professional review today. Of course, Columbian grad, Jeff Leopold. Hopefully we got the folks at UIS tuned in tonight. Big shout out and a thank you for all their contributions here.
Yeah, Jeff Leopold, great family. Actually graduated with his wife from Columbian as well. So again, the Columbian roots run deep there.
Kick is up, and this one is blocked at the line, so no good. That one had a Cade York trajectory.
And we talk about week 11 here, Nate.
Eric, do you like that one?
No.
He said no, it was awful.
Week 11 here from Frost Cavanaugh Stadium. Tiffin Columbian playing host to the Rocky River Pirates. And with 9:03 remaining here in this game, again, next week, Tiffin Columbian may be hosting another game as this Columbian squad trying to get back to prominence in recent years. Regional championship 2020, state semifinal appearance in 2020, and last year, lost to West Holmes in the first round. Trying to look at this, Rockington to start.
So it's Seitz. Keyshawn Seitz on the carry, up to about the 24-yard line, bringing in the younger change of pace back here.
We talked about those yards by
actually, I believe Seitz Seitz is the same grade as Brockington. They're both juniors.
Well, Brockington with 131 yards just in that half. We talked about all the stars being out tonight. Part of that regional run team, 2004. See my old buddy Justin Reinbolt, all Ohio running back down there in the stands. All psyched up to watch these Tornadoes getting back on the winning side of things and making these deep playoff runs.
We'll check a look around the area at some of the scores after this play. Brockington up the middle. Actually, it's Seitz once again. Keyshawn Seitz up to the 35-yard line. And once again,
with a Brockington-like run.
I think it's you're so used to seeing that quick burst right through the middle of that offensive line. And man, boy, Seitz just had a great vision there to see that hole and hit it with authority.
Yeah, we talk about those utility players. Seitz is another one. Does a great job on special teams, can put them anywhere on the field to be productive.
Of course, the winner of tonight's game goes on to face the winner of Padua Franciscan versus Buckeye, with the Bruins leading 28-7 over the Bucks. Pistol set, handoff, Seitz off the left side up to the 40, and he keeps those legs churning and pushes the pile for another couple yards up to the 42-yard line. Bellevue leading Galleon 26-9. North Royalton over Fremont Ross 28-21 now. Still 19-8 over there in Bascom. Hopewell and Seneca East. Tommy, I'm telling you, those Chieftains keep that game close. Those Tigers at the end of that game, man, they played a lot of close games.
Yeah. Just in 3 of the last 4 weeks of the season, 2 games decided on the final play over there for Seneca East. So we expect a full 48 minutes out of that one as this one continues to roll. 6:23 remaining.
Seitz on the carry. He's got the first down. He's past the 45 up to the 47-yard line. Keyshawn Seitz on the run there. Some other scores from around the area as you have, let's see, Lima Central leading Calvert over on the Extreme, 41-0.
Oh, man.
Clyde over Firelands, 49-28. Gibsonburg leading Edgerton, 36-14. Cary all over Riverdale, 49-6. And then Liberty Center on Port Clinton, 54-13.
Cary just beating up on Jughead and the rest of the crew. Not the wrong Riverdale. Stay out of Riverdale.
1st and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line. Shotgun formation.
Actually, that game taking place in Cary.
Hand off to Seitz. Carries the ball forward. Drags defenders with him past the 50-yard line up to the 48. Nice, tough, physical run there by Keyshawn Seitz.
And we'll have the fallout from the playoffs available for you tomorrow morning on the Saturday scoreboard. Join Nate Mullins live in studio for, again, all the fallout from high school football. Get you set up for the playoffs in week 12, along with go around the area and college and national sports. But, Nate, can you believe we're already into the postseason of high school football?
It's crazy. A couple of special guests joining me tomorrow morning.
Oh, yeah?
As the one, the only, Zach Baker be coming on with me. And then we also have Russ Snyder coming on the program tomorrow morning. Tiffin University sports director as that one.
Look at Seitz. Lower the boom. Can you pull that up here?
Yeah, that was fun to watch. Let's watch that one again here.
This is why arm tackling doesn't get it done for you, kids. Look at the Seitz. Lowers the shoulder and lowers the boom.
Beautiful job by Keyshawn Seitz once again.
High-waisted tackles do not get the job done. In the gun on 1st and 10. Seitz once again with tries to find the edge there.
Got it down to the 30.
That's a quick sweep there, Nate. Normally you don't get 5 yards out of that.
He's so quick to the outside, Tommy. What do you say, quicker than a hiccup?
Yeah.
Just following those hog mollies.
And this drive very well could be just the entire game.
That's what it's looking like right now as you're down to 3:21 left in the ball game. I want to give a huge shout out to our timeout sponsor tonight, UIS Insurance and Investments, as well as our opening kickoff, Clouse Electric. Seitz on the carry, and he just will not stop. He says, yeah, you might be trying to run the clock out, but I'm trying to run for a touchdown here. Let me put a tutty on the board here. And Seitz is saying, yeah, feed me. More. Give me more.
You think you have a little bit of reprieve, but nope.
Nope.
You got another double-headed monster in that backfield.
Man, put those two in the same backfield together next year. Whew. Man. Once again, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning as the Saturday scoreboard live from Studio Squared at 9 a.m.
Seitz going to be stood up at the line on that time.
Dropped at about the 18-yard line. Tune in with me as I'm joined by Zach Baker and Russell Snyder.
Oh, Dragon radio action. Getting all your bases covered. Talk about a little Heidelberg College. Along with the Tiffin University Dragons. Right now, here on the Adrenaline Stream, you're seeing Columbian getting ready to punch their ticket to Week 12 of the playoffs.
We got folks heading for the exits already here. Seitz on the carry. He's drugged down from behind. Excellent pursuit there by Aiden Andraco. Down inside of a minute and 18 seconds left to play here in the ball game. 41-7 your score. Tiffin Columbian leading Rocky River. The winner will face the winner of the Medina Buckeye and Padua Franciscan matchup. Of course, we'll check the score on that. And if you want to know what the final result of that game was and the matchups that we're anticipating, well, there's only one place you can find that. Tune in tomorrow morning, Saturday Scoreboard, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
It should
Handoff
be.
up the middle. Sights on the carry. He's down to the 10, close to the first down. And let's see, they do indeed move the chains, I believe, is what they're saying. That should do it, folks. That's pretty much going to do it for the ball game. I don't think they need to run another play here. And that's the ball game. All right, so once again, your final score, 41-7. Tiffin Columbian over the Rocky River Pirates. They move on to round 2 of the OHSAA playoffs, and we'll cover that one live right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And, of course, they'll be hosting once again next week here at Frost Cow Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this, and we still have the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. It's all coming to you next right after this right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown Stay agency, right here. You're providing locked a full in on range of Heart of insurance Ohio and Sports. financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown
Small
agent,
business
Jeff
owners
Leopold,
need
for
somebody
professional
that
review today
can
at
open-
419-447-4242, extension 1144. Clouse Electric is a veteran and family-owned full-service electrical contracting firm that has grown to be a first-class electrical contractor serving Northwest Ohio. Their mission is to provide high-quality commercial and industrial electrical projects in a timely manner. They do this by forming and training a professional team of employees who are dedicated to their core values, conscious of safe work practices, all while forming long-term relationships with their customers. Visit their website for more information at clouseelectric.com. Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Catch up on all the scores from the night before on the Saturday Scoreboard Show, live every Saturday at 9 a.m. on Heart of Ohio Sports. Hey, this is Nate Mullins here. You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at Frost Cow Stadium with the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call live up here in the press box after another TC victory. 41-7 your final score, Tiffin Columbian over Rocky River here at Frost Cow Stadium. They move on to the second round of the OHSAA playoffs, which will come to you live once again right here at Frost Cow Stadium. So, Tommy, this one, about what we expected, right?
In a way. I mean, again, in this expanded playoff format, you don't really know what you're going to get, kind of like that box of chocolates. But here in Week 11, Tiffin Columbian was tasked with taking care of business at home, and I'll be danged if they didn't do just that. As really, we want to talk about a full 48 minutes of action. Really, the first 24 was everything that kind of decided this one, as we talked about. Tiffin Columbian's Braden Rogo, 11 of 14 passing in that first half for 238 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then couple that with Damian Brockington's just night on the ground. He didn't even show up in the second half. No, I don't mean he didn't show up offensively. I mean, he just didn't show up because they didn't need him out there.
That's
as he was able to put on 12 carries, 131 yards. And then Rocky River with 71 total yards of offense there in that first half. Made a little bit of a stand there in the second half, got some points on the board, in a scoring matchup with Tiffin Columbian in that second half. But needless to say, facing that running clock coming out with the second half, I mean, that was that's about all you could write for the Rocky River Pirates, because once Tiffin Columbian had got the ball back in that fourth quarter alone, they pretty much drove the entire rest of the game in that one possession.
Yeah. And, you mentioned Damian Brockington. You said he had those numbers at halftime. He did have one 40-yard touchdown right before they took him off the field. Because after he got that one, they were like, all right, come on. You don't need to be out there anymore. You'll be all right. You just sit over here and let Keyshawn take the rest of this. So, once again, a big-time win for Tiffin Columbian. Huge performance from Damian Brockington. You had Brady Gooding with a huge touchdown. Earlier in the game, you had a couple other touchdowns by some other guys as well. I'd have to go through and look at all my recordings here to make sure I have the names right, because I hate getting names wrong, and I just refuse to get anything wrong here. So you had Talabal Zaquani with a touchdown. Brady Gooding had a touchdown. Jack Corper had himself a touchdown. So, Braden Rogo slung the ball around quite a bit.
Yeah, Braden Rogo was doing his best Oprah impression.
That's right. You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
Touchdowns for everybody.
So, once again, we have our player of the game brought to you by MST Sauce Company. It's all coming to you next after this. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he's standing by waiting for our player of the game, and we'll give you the interview after this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski, co-host of the Over Under podcast on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you, guys.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, and we're back here. Frost Cownell Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call. We've got our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, as he's trying to catch our player of the game. Boy, you're going to have some good moves down there, Eric, because this one's going to be tough to get. Oh, he got him. Look at that. He's on it. Look at that. That's why we got the best in the biz down there.
Well, Rogo seen that Heart of Ohio Sports logo, and he knew where they.
That's right.
He knew where his bread was buttered.
So once again, we've got our player of the game. You just gave it away. I didn't even get to reveal our player of the game.
Well, I think it's kind of
pretty
hard not to make that assumption as Rogo. Tremendous game tonight.
He'll be coming up to our camera, where our camera operator, Bailey Mullins, is standing by.
3 touchdowns just in that first half alone. Then they handed it off to Brockington there in that early third quarter, putting the Tornadoes up 41-0, and then just kind of was like, you know what?
Let me put this one away.
Let's put this one away. Ate up a whole quarter on one drive, and that was enough for Tiffin Columbian to win and advance here in the playoffs. Week 11 win for Tiffin Columbian in the playoffs. One step closer to that regional run, trying to get back to the dance as we talked about.
Trying to play producer here, making sure I got my guys on standby here, but I think we're about ready here. Yeah, we good? All right, sounds good. Let's go with it, guys. Now, we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter for our MST Sauce Company player of the game. Standing by is Eric Hall with our player of the game, Braden Rogo.
Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, like you said, I'm here with Braden Rogo. That was a great team win. You guys, you were slinging it all over the place. Spread it out pretty evenly there.
Yeah.
Was that the hopes of the game was to come out here and go against a little bit lower ranked opponent, but not take them lightly.
Yeah, so, I mean, playoffs every game, taking one game at a time, but I'm so blessed with the guys around me. I mean, our skill guys are really, I mean, it's like kind of, our skill guys are really, really good, and I've said it before, they make my job real easy, just give them the ball, and they can make plays, so.
Yeah, you guys definitely look like you were having fun out there tonight, too.
Yeah, I told them, you know, soak in the moment, but have fun, too. You know, you're getting to play the game you love for another week. A lot of people are at home sitting on the couch watching this game, so just soak it in and have fun.
Well, Brady, we've had a hell of a ride with you, man. We covered you in baseball. You know, we covered you a little bit at the end of your basketball season as well. You know, talk about this roller coaster of a ride here. Just 2022, the calendar year. Obviously, it's flipped over from the school year, but you have went through quite a bit of, you know, state semifinals in baseball, you know, or almost to the state semis in baseball. Yep. You guys made a deep run in baseball. You're here in football. You're back in the playoffs. What kind of a toll does that take on you as a player? Some of the other guys on the team that have to go through this. I mean, it's just sports is a year-round thing for you, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's been my whole life. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, honestly. I don't like to just go home and sit down. So I like being active, and I like just playing sports with my friends. It's really fun. So I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I like to say that the guys around us, especially in our program, the coaches, we're a bunch of winners. So they instilled in us, you know, most important thing is winning. All the accolades and everything, it's whatever. But winning the game is the most important thing at the end of the day.
Well, young man, again, you know, not too often does a freshman get the call at signal caller for the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes, a storied program trying to get a playoff perennial now as well. You guys have punched your ticket to Week 12, big win here in Week 11. And, again, as a freshman, you know, again, you never look back. You have a short memory in this game, but, you know, that state semifinal run, you know, you got to be thinking in your back of your mind, that's the goal, to get back to that game, get back to that thing and finish what you started all them many years ago. Is that kind of the mindset in your junior campaign to kind of finish business and pick up where you left off during your freshman campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. So after that game, I remember Coach Lutz said, well, this is standard now. He said, we got to this game, this is standard now. And so we're just trying to meet that standard and, you know, go one game past state semifinal, get to the state championship game, take care of business. But, you know, that's what you get at Columbian High School. You know, it's a rich traditional school, and you expect to do a lot of great things. So, but I like the weight on my shoulders, and I think it's a good responsibility to have.
Well, great win here tonight, Braden. And, again, my congrats to you on the all-time TC passing leader and more records that we expect for you to break as time goes on. But like you talked about, you know, records and accolades, that's one thing. You can toss them out the window. We're after championships here in the postseason. So, you know, you enjoy that Madison Street Sauce Company gift card. What are we going to do with that?
Yeah. What's your go-to at Madison Street, man? What's your number one?
So I used to be a Griff's guy, but I'm not gonna lie. Their dry rub is the best thing I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
I go with the dry rub, or I go the bacon, egg, and cheeseburger. It's whatever one.
Now the bacon, egg, and cheeseburger, man. I'm gonna turn you on to something real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Next time, instead of doing the bacon, egg, and cheeseburger, do the Bako, but add an egg. The Bako burger is literally, they take the crumbles of the bacon crumbles and they put a crust around the burger before they ever put it on the grill. So you get bacon in every bite, and then you got your fried egg on top. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
That guy just played a full 48 minutes. Got to advance his team in the playoffs.
I'm trying to turn him on to some good stuff here. So you were a Griff guy, now you're a dry rub guy. You ever tried the dry rub chips?
Yeah, I have.
Is that what turned you on to the dry rub then?
No, actually Brady Gooding turned me on to the dry rub. Don't tell him though, because he'll get happy, but he turned me on to the dry rub.
Well, we ain't trying to make his head any bigger, BG3, you know. All right, Braden, once again, I thank you for your time, and congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Moving on, man.
Yep.
All right, once again, our player of the game brought to you by MST Sauce Company.
Thank you, guys.
That is Braden Rogo. Tommy, let's wrap things up because not much more needs to be said about this one. 41-7, your final score. Tiffin Columbian moving on to face the winner of the Padua versus Medina Buckeye. Padua Franciscan versus the Medina Buckeye Bucks. And
yeah, we're going to stay on this ride as long as they'll let us, as we're going to continue our playoff coverage next week right here at Frost Canal Stadium as Tiffin Columbian against Padua Franciscan. As
it looks like the Bruins are going to be the opponent next week. They are up on Buckeye 35-7 in the fourth quarter.
Now, I've always wondered real quick before we go off the air, what is a Bruin? Is that like a bear or something?
It's got to be because that's their logo.
Yeah, that was a good say.
And UCLA Bruin is a bear, so.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Different way to say bear, I guess.
Well, yeah.
But, hey, once again, I want to give a huge shout-out to all of our sponsors because, folks, I'm telling you, without their help, we couldn't bring you this game. So when you hear these names, frequent these businesses and tell them Heart of Ohio Sports sent you. Huge shout out and a thank you to our new sponsors this week, Clouse Electric and UIS Insurance and Investments, as well as all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Rodgers Flowers, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Phillips Electric, First National Bank of Sycamore, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Feasel's Frame and Collision, and Benchwarmers. And also a huge shout out to our patron tonight, Dr. Joel Consolo. Once again, thanks to all of you for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. 41-7, your final score, Tiffin Columbian. Moving on to round 2 of the OHSAA playoffs. We'll be right here next week, same spot, bringing you that one live here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tune in tomorrow morning, Saturday Scoreboard, live here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State, 9 a.m., as I'll be joined by Russ Snyder and Zach Baker. So there you go. Tune in tomorrow morning. Tommy, once again, it's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, absolutely. As we continue our expanded coverage in the playoffs, and we'll see you folks real soon back here, same Hoos time, same Hoos channel. Good night, everybody.
Look at Mr. One Chip trying to sneak in the shot here. Have a good night, everybody.
Where's the end thing at?
Where is the end?
Right there.
Right there. There's that.